Hey guys, it's Misty with My Paper Cuts, and today I thought I would come on to share with you guys the first couple of things I've done. I haven't crafted for a few weeks with all of the chaos going on, and I'm actually a medical biller for hospitals, so I've had my hands quite full at work. Um, I just hadn't really found the time, nor had I really felt like crafting much. So um, last week I just forced myself to sit down and I put together a cover. I wanted to use up some 6x6 paper pads, so I just made the cover and made some base pages. And then using the cardstock that was piled up in front of me, after cutting all that out, I just decided to make some interactive elements on each page. And then what I did was I just repeated that two more times so that I could use up three 6x6 paper pads and have three mini albums left when I was done. So the first one that I started with was this paper pen here from Prima. I picked this up ages ago at Hobby Lobby. For any of you who are familiar with Hobby Lobby, you know that those clearance stickers aren't even the ones they use anymore. So I've had this in my stash for quite a while. It's nice. It's a lot of vintagey reds and crafts and blacks, and there's a little touch of blue in there. So I really like this paper pad. And the album itself is 6.5 inches tall by 6 3/4 wide. And the reason I do that is I like to use the little bit of extended, I forget what she calls it, but it's by Kathy Orta over at Paper Phenomenon. But she did a hidden hinge binding that's a little bit wider, and I like that because it allows the pages to lie a little flatter. So here on the cover I just have this is actually a charm frame that was in my stash, and I put a little bit of the pattern paper inside. This was just a little metal medallion that I had. This was a little piece of chipboard that I had in my stash, and some different flowers. I think, yeah, this one and these two are from Tuesday morning, and this one I had in my stash. The spine here, I just did a little bit of crinkled seam binding, and this really cool, I believe it's a Tim Holtz dangly thing there. I don't even know what it's called. I'm so tired, you guys. And then another frame where I put a little bit more of the pattern paper inside, and then there's just a couple beads. I kept it real simple. And then the back is just one of the pattern papers. And then, like I said, the cover is 6 3/4. So I needed to add a little bit. So I just used some of the black pattern paper and I punched out a border there. And then this is a Stampin' Up! Ribbon that my bestie Dina, hi Dina, she sent me this for Christmas, and I just thought the color went really well with the album. So then on the inside here, on the inside cover, there is a little waterfall, and I just did like a little policy envelope closure with some, it's a copper little twine. And I just punched some circles out of some of the pattern paper and added some brads from my stash. And then the waterfall holds 4x6 photos. And in between there's just strips of the, or actually that's washi on this one. Pardon me there. And then on this page it is magnetized. And this flips up to hold a 4x6 and down. And then there's a couple little booklets in here that hold 4x4 photos. This one's a little bit bigger. And I did supplement with a couple of sheets from a DCWV pad. I think it's called Vintage Memories. I got it at Joann's. I just needed a little bit more paper with some solid prints because it's, you all know Prima has beautiful patterns, but sometimes I like to have a few more solids. So then this is also magnetized, and it flips open like this and holds a 4x4 photo. And then this is a little tuck spot. Pretty simple. I like to keep the insides of my albums fairly flat so that I don't have to make the spines really wide because they get chunky enough. So here I have a paper clip with some more of that seam binding on it. And then another policy envelope closure. Oops. And this opens out like an accordion here, and it holds 4x4 photos on the front and then 2 on the back. And then another little tuck spot there. So, and then on this side, it's got a stacked pocket. So there's a little booklet up here. Holds more 4x4 photos. And another little booklet here that holds 3x4 photos. And then I forgot to add my magnet on this little flap, so I just added another one of those paper clips. But this little flap does open, and it holds a little baby photo there, and then there's a little bit of trim. So let me put that back on there real quick. Sorry, guys. And then on this side, there's just a simple side pocket with a couple of booklets. 4x4 photos in both. So those just slide right back in there. And then on this side, it's got a big flap that I just left blank for whatever size photos I want to put later. And then these 2 flaps open. And then this is another tuck spot. And this big flap here is magnetized. So, and then I did this mostly for decoration, just to kind of match the rest of the book, but this does slide out. And it does hold a few more photos. Oh, and then I did do a decorative corner on most of the corners. I don't like really sharp corners on most of my stuff, so you can even see it here on the little flap there that holds that in. Oops. And then on the last page here, it just holds a whole bunch of 4x4 photos. And again, that is magnetized. And then on the back page here, it's just a simple pocket with a little more trim. And a couple of booklets. There's actually 3. They're all the same on the inside. This album holds mostly 4x4 photos, but all 3 booklets fit here in this back pocket. So that is my first album that I made with my little venture into making my own design here, and hopefully you guys liked it, and I'll be right back in a few minutes and I will show you guys the other one that I made so far. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.